think of graffiti, you think of scribble on a wall done by some delinquent kid. Think of that scribble as his or her vocational school of learning the arts, as there's a whole other side that these kids can shoot for, like making a living and turning their vandalism, in quotes, into lucrative careers.
We infiltrated fashion, we infiltrated television, we infiltrated film and music and, you know, everything. And so this is some of the examples of that by the artists that went into those fields and did that. And so fashion, from early fashion, Eric Hayes, West, you see Stussy, all these different brands, A-Life, which is the brand that currently still exists, the airbrush fashion that was very popular in the 80s. These were the guys that first started doing that. And then some of the designers that are highlighted. So because we're insiders, we know who these people are. And so we wanted to reveal that. Alyasha Aworker Moore, who started Fat Farm with Russell Simmons, is an example. David Persuade, who started DC Shoes, right? And so these are huge global brands, but most people don't know that inside the art departments are all graffiti writers. And graffiti writers love to hire other graffiti writers. And so you go into an art department and everybody there is a writer. You know, Supreme, which is a big brand now, same thing. Everybody in the art department is a writer. And so that's kind of how we've infiltrated and changed, you know, things from being just surf to something else. And now the big corporations know, they've known for the past, you know, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And so, you know, from Nike to Reebok to everybody has hired, you know, writers to remix and make their stuff. I think the most popular is Futura, which is what he just turned 65. So this is the Lance Armstrong, whatever. You know, he's made everything. He has a deal now. He's got his own M3 coming out this week. So it's big.
That's mainstream, yeah.
It's mainstream. And then of course you exit to the gift shop. And
like every good museum.
Like every good museum. And so in the gift shop, like any good museum, is very specific to the art forms that are represented in the museum. And so here we have, you know, the best books that are available at the moment from this movement. We have prints and posters and small canvases and markers and tees and just kind of everything. We commission a lot of this stuff. So we do our own product development to make it available. Skateboards and shirts and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And then, you know, companies that are cool and that are doing stuff maybe put out, you know, specialty cans. And so, you know, Keith Haring spray can, or, you know, a Ket, that's me, spray can that came out a while ago. Or this is a really cool one. Rosie, who's a writer from Switzerland, her can. So things like that are, you know, collectible, cool stuff we have. And yeah, that's the gift shop.
Very cool.
And then we have murals outside. And so what we didn't talk about is that the museum isn't just an indoor experience. This movement is outdoors. We did talk about that. So outside we have 16 murals. So we've commissioned, and there's uncommissioned ones also. And so when folks come in here, we give them this so they can go on their own walking tour. They can see the murals that are outside in the street, so they could see it. And people love it because they really get to learn.
History needs to be respected when you want to get into this game. Know who was here before you and where they are headed. There's a crew in Wynwood called MSG. They dominate the walls and have been doing so before Art Basel even existed.
So MSG, long time MSGers here. What's changed over the years, and what's it evolved to?
Well, it's kind of like, I would say almost like a business, you know, where, you know, people come in and, you know, we have a lot of talented guys. I mean, we still have a section of it that they still do outlaw art. You know, they still go out and they still tag. You know, they still go out and do throw-ups on the highways. You have another division that does just letters.
I love that, another division.
So
you're like a corporation now.
We have divisions within the crew. So one division is like a street bombing team. The other division, you know, that's what they like to do. So we can't really it's almost like come into the crew and do as you like. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and then that way you know where to go within the crew.
Got it. Got it. So if somebody wants to get into some bombing, they can slide over there for a while?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Learn, and then learn from the other guys how to do some of this stuff so that you can maybe generate some money for yourself later on, you know?
It's cool. It's cool.
There are many opportunities to get into the game and make money. You can exhibit on a wall in the streets, or you can create your own space to exhibit people's art, or you can be part of the supply chain and sell them the supplies that make the beautiful art.
So I heard you got trapped in Europe?
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Got stuck there 8 months almost. Luckily, I have family over there because I'm born and raised over there. But yeah, supposed to be just a 2 weeks trip, real quick with a project with Nike. And yeah, the pandemic came, lockdown and all that stuff.
Italy?
Yep, Venice specifically.
Venice. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not a bad place.
I mean, not at all, but between
But 8
Venice
months in
and
Venice, I've been there. I mean,
I mean-
how much can you see?
Wow.
Like you had a
know.
choice.
Yeah, you already know.
So what kind of work do you do?
I'm in the art business. My family had galleries since the 60s, so yeah, grew up in this environment.
Nice.
Graffiti tattoos, all my friend did it, so. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Do you do them?
No, not
Okay.
personally. I'm more like art galleries curator.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
curate it. Well, tell me about what you got going on in here.
Over here we have a pop-up of Montana cans. So yeah, we start, last year the collaboration, and now due to the art week, we were willing to represent them again, and Golden was that kind to give us a spot.
So this is a pop-up here?
Yeah.
And these are all Montana cans?
Got
So
some shirts, some cans, and
painters will come in?
yep,
Right. Big difference than last year.
definitely.
Yeah.
Feels like more like a Basel 2012 kind of vibe, but that's still good.
Are these the go-to cans for some of the artists?
Yeah, so gold are like the lower pressure version. The black, it's a higher pressure. They got a lot more colors in the gold line. More like for, fine arts and stuff, a lot of flash tones.
And this is made specifically for the artist?
Yeah, specific for graffiti paint and yeah, street
And
art.
these are the colors? Is that what this is here?
Yeah, the donuts is the true colors, hand painted, and this is a specific brand. The plant is in Germany.
And made just for graffiti?
Yep.
Shit. So there's a whole industry made for paint versus the old Krylon days. and
Exactly. This is our more specific, so they're working on pressure, different tips to do fine lines and
And that's,
all
what
that kind of
that's
stuff.
what's in here, the tips.
Yep. We have a few of them. We sold a bunch, but yeah.
But typically, I bet you this store would be jammed up right now in a
Absolutely.
classic art
Yeah,
Basel,
yeah.
right?
I was actually planning to have the 2-3 people at a time due to everything, but it's pretty much quiet. So
A little quiet right now.
Myro, a New York City legend. He earned his stripes since moving here over 20 years ago. He is an accepted outsider who played by the rules and became friends with the locals. Think surfer from New York going to pipeline in Hawaii attitude.
And this is a collaboration of the MSG Crew, right?
This is a collaboration of the MSG Crew, yeah.
So
So this is what we're known for. We do big productions, colorful themed productions. So we hadn't done one in a few years, so we're back at it again.
now this is Art Basel Week. You can look up and down the street. This is not typically what it's like here.
No, it's pretty quiet because of what's going on, but I prefer it this way when it's quiet. You get more into what you're doing, and it's just easier to work that way.
Yeah. So you don't look for the performance, right?
No. Yeah, it's all, just to come here, do my thing, and it's more like a hobby, like some people play golf or they're into cars. I'm into painting,
Yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah. And that
or,
started in
street-
New York?
And that started in New York. I started back in early 80s. I'm from Queens, so it was prevalent all over the area that I grew up in. So that's what drew me to it as a youngster. And I live close to the 7 line, so being on the subway from Flushing going to the city, you would see it on every train, every rooftop, every train stop. So I was definitely intrigued by it, and that's what drew me to it. And then, I started painting on trains, started meeting other people that were into it, and, the rest was history from there.
Yeah. And how long you been down here now in Florida?
I've been down here since 2000.
Oh, so a while.
Yeah, I've been here for a while, but I travel back and forth to New York. I still do a lot of work up there and have a lot of friends and family up there. But I enjoy the warm weather more than I do the cold.
Well, yeah, we're getting it today.
Yeah, we're definitely getting it today, for
Let's
sure.
see. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
people would come and do graph here, and there's like the nice stuff and the
Right.
you know, the murally and the pieces or the lettering that's really nice, and then you'd catch all these guys that are like just right on a window of a thing, like we're bombing. It's like, dude, well, that ruins it for the people that like if you're gonna go bombing, meaning you're putting your name all over the place, do it on things that are already destroyed.
Kind of our whole thing has been that from the beginning, even since we became friends, is to keep highlighting the local and keeping the culture alive without getting eaten alive.
Federico has been a great supporter of art since he got here, and he had a couple spots, and he had a galleries, and they were very successful, and they have helped a lot of people.
It was just graph and nonsense here for the longest time, and then a gallery opened, and another gallery opened, and another gallery opened. Then you had your art walks, and then Basel came, and then Stephanie built a ridiculous Basel house on the corner there at the RC Cola for the last 5 years that stratosphered itself into big name performances and ridiculous amounts of murals and canvas work and live painting and dirt bike and skateboarding and all this chaotic, amazing, all artistic stuff that came in together.
This is a central location, and that's where all the creativity started to come over here. And, you know, again, this is focused on art. And the art, I love when art and real estate start to commingle, because I think that really brings a dynamic that attracts people.
Everyone has their role on the set, from the director to the camera operators to the intern. Wynwood is no different. The area is the stage and the artists are the performers. The community continues to grow because the players know the script.